What's up, y'all? It's S2K, and before I start today's topic, I just want to say quick spoiler warning for those of you who have not played Sonic Frontiers. And also, I know I've been gone for a hot minute, and to explain lightly, life just been life, you feel me? I've been in between jobs, got a new career with my girl, went to anime convention, all type of wild ass shit. But I'm back in black, literally. Today I'm here to talk about a certain blue anthropomorphic animal. No, not him. Not her. He's just wearing blue. Okay, you're fucking disgusting. Sonic T motherfucking Hedgehog, a huge icon not only in gaming but in the general media. Nigga been in cartoons, comics, movies, toys, shirts, draws, cereal, and of course video games. I'm sure by now most of you know games were Sonic's specialty, but in recent times they haven't been Sonic's specialty. I'm not gonna list off the flops my boy had over the years, just know after generations, the games kinda went in a little decline in quality and even novelty. Except for you, Mania, you're doing great. While we've had games that tried capturing the good 3D Sonic adventure, it just seemed that Sega and Sonic Team couldn't get it quite right. Until... Sonic Frontiers is fucking goated. While Frontiers isn't the best video game, this easily sped its way into my top 5 Sonic games, right next to Adventure 2 actually. And I remember when this was first revealed at Game Awards 2K21, and it was met with really low expectations, and even some negative feedback. Now at the time my channel wasn't even up, but I definitely remember how hype I was when I heard that we were getting an official open world Sonic game. Beforehand, this was just a part of a Sonic fan's wet dream, and while we've had some fans that actually went out their way to make games in that aspect, them lawsuits is real, my nigga, and I ain't know if Sega had them to make said game. What would it be like? What would the story be like? How would it look? Will Sonic finally be a Crip affiliate? No one would know until this game existed. And now that it's here, I'm glad that all the naysayers were wrong and my optimism was rightfully placed. Sonic Frontiers has more shots than misfires, acting as a fusion of Sonic games before it, almost feeling like a long way to celebration of Sonic games. In shorter words, this is your Generations 2, your Adventure 3, and your 06 done right. Okay, I'm mostly joking. Mostly. Well, the game runs as smooth as it looks, and depending on who you are, is an insult or a compliment. But me being the simple man I am, this game looks and feels great. But the worlds do like vibrancy. There are times when I ran around and wondered if I was playing Sonic or Shadow of Mordor. Look, I get it. It's been plenty of times we've seen Sonic in realistic environments. But I'm not trying to hear this shit, because the majority of the linear levels we got this, or this. And personally, it just feels a bit hollow and don't really got a lot of Sonic flair to it. But that doesn't break the overall Sonic vibe, because given how spread out the maps are, it's just fun to run around and collect shit and solve puzzles. Now, puzzles in the game were a bit concerning for me, seeing that we're in the Sonic game, and I didn't want the game to feel slow. I wanted the game to feel fast as possible, and I'm glad that the puzzles never really hindered that movement. Now, while they weren't as engaging as Breath of the Wild's puzzles, because believe me, the comparisons to Breath of the Wild are valid, because god damn did they litter the map for shit to solve. And I'm not knocking the game for that, it's just, again, not as engaging, but it's not boring, you feel me? Some puzzles actually require you to run across the map to another destination, or to just shoot things through hoops, or something of that aspect. They're really simple and straight to the point, and like I said, don't necessarily break the gameplay. Now, a nitpick that I do have is the lack of fast travel. Now, I know you have to 100% the map in order to get fast travel unlocked, but come the fuck on. If I've already been at point A and I need to get to point fucking B to solve C, why the fuck do I have to run? Like, okay, look, I get it. It's a Sonic game, so technically everywhere you go is fast travel. But like, after you beat at least a linear level, I think that should grant automatic fast travel. That's just me, because it would just be mad convenient if I had to get to another level that I haven't beaten. But since I've beaten every level, why the fuck would I need fast travel? Speaking of the linear levels, I noticed a lot of these levels are based off the previous Sonic games, the 3D ones in particular. I felt conflicted about this because while they were fun, and me being able to notice them just by the layout of the level, it just feels like if you're gonna recycle them, just bring back the original designs, no need to sugarcoat it. I also felt with the game being the way it is, the linear levels could have had a bit more of a wider space and more optimal pathways. And that's just really because how the game overall functions, but I'll get to that a little later. But seeing that the game loved Green Hill Zone so fucking much, I just feel as if that could have just been the main hub of the game. Like, what would it kill to make Okay, obviously that shit would interfere with the story, but god damn, that would have been beautiful. And the story is basically another Sonic adventure. Eggman is plotting, gotta whoop his ass. Okay, well, it's not that simple. Sonic and his gang head to Starfall Island because the Chaos Emeralds moved there collectively, and they were going to investigate until the Fire Nation attacked. Okay, they crash landed. Sonic learns that his friends are stuck in limbo space, subspace, spacey, whatever the fuck. Them niggas is there, but they not. And it's up to Sonic to save his friends, all while uncovering the island's secrets and fighting robots. And I gotta say, story-wise, I really never cared about Sonic's story because, let's be honest, a nigga trying to do the dash. But I loved what they did with the characters here. The dynamic between Eggman and Sage, Amy just feeling like an overall genuine character instead of a chick with the hots for Sonic, Tails wanting to be more independent, and Knuckles being a chick with the hots for Sonic. Okay, they didn't go full LGBT BOT in this motherfucker, but at the same time, Sonic and Knuckles got some flirty rivalry going on. I don't know if it's me or if it just looked that way. Also, Knuckles' voice actor, I don't know if it changed or not, but it's gonna take some getting used to because what the fuck.
Get back to my island. At least for a while.
But Knuckles does feel like an actual genuine character as well, instead of
I beat the shit out one of these niggas, boy. Straight up. Niggas don't want to fight no more.
No, he feels more tribal, more cultured, and more like a general, especially learning that Chaos isn't a mutated child, instead one of the ancients. This is one of the reasons why I don't really give a fuck about the Sonic continuity and or stories, because the fuck? I mean, you mean to tell me that all of Sonic Adventure 1 was because of these niggas? That's wild. Granted, it was never confirmed, but like, look at the comparison. These niggas are identical twins. Like, what the fuck? All bullshit to the side, this is some of the best Sonic control ever. The fact that we get an open area Sonic game means he moves a bit more freely, and I love that it has a pretty loose feeling when it comes to obstacles and free roaming. Feeling as if you can run endlessly, do some cool speed running shit that feel reminiscent to the Sonic Adventure series, and the game gives you more options to travel instead of just a homing attack. For instance, if you do your double jump and air boost right, you can pull off some big leaps and get past certain obstacles, which is cool. Granted, it's not given as much accessibility as Mario Odyssey, but it does feel pretty solid. But the fighting in this game feels a bit weird. I don't know if it's because I play a lot of action adventure games, or if it's just a Sonic action adventure game. As you'd expect, the combat is fast paced and fluid, until the basic enemies start hiding like little bitches. Yeah, the fighting is great till a surprise pops up that you couldn't see coming, but that's just the basic enemies. Other mini types could be something in the air, or something you might have to stomp. Nothing too exciting as far as the basic enemies go, because the mini bosses are where it's at. Using your moves from the skill tree, yes, there's a skill tree. You can side loop, spin dash, order, and leaf hurricane niggas to death in this game, depending on which mini boss you're fighting. But I feel as if the skill tree would have been way more useful if you're upgrading your traveling skills, like a stand and spin dash or a double air boost. Like, don't get me wrong, the skill tree still comes in handy, it just doesn't cover all the corners. But nothing feels better than going Super Saiyan and beating all the island's boss. Yeah, at the end of every island adventure, you fight a big ass Shadow Colossus sized boss as Super Sonic, which in my honest opinion is anime as fuck. I honestly think the game utilizes Super Sonic better than most other games, because usually it's till the end of the game where this occurs, but here it's sectioned. And even when it does that, it still feels powerful. Like I'm fighting a strong ass enemy, but bitch, I'm Sonic, who gives a fuck? And then proceed to beat the boss's ass swift fish. I only wish you could have been Super Sonic in the open areas just to really see how cracked he feels, but I feel like I've nitpicked enough. Look, all I'm saying is that if you're a Sonic fan and you haven't got to this game, you fucking need to. As I said, it has more shots than misfires. It's not the perfect Sonic game, but the direction this team went in and the sacrifice to actually try something new outside of the typical start to finish point A to point B level design is really refreshing. I do hope all of you find the same happiness I did in this game, if not more, because this always seemed like a dream game to me. And with more DLC and characters to come, I do hope they fix some, minor problems in the game's fast trouble. And remember to always live and learn. This is S2K signing out.